The Johnny Depp and Amber Heard scandal. It began as a Hollywood love story, two beautiful stars, drawn together by passion and fame. But what started with red carpets and movie premieres ended in courtrooms and global headlines. Accusations of abuse, secret recordings, shattered reputations. The world watched as Johnny Depp and Amber Heard turned love into one of the most publicized and polarizing scandals in entertainment history. But behind the chaos and headlines, what really happened? This is the complete story of the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard scandal, the rise, the collapse, and the truth that shocked the world. Hollywood romance. It all started in 2009 on the set of the Rum Diary. Johnny Depp, already a global icon known for his eccentric roles and quiet charm, met Amber Heard, a rising actress admired for her beauty and boldness. Their chemistry was undeniable. On screen, it was magnetic. Off screen, it became real. At the time, Johnny was in a long-term relationship with French singer and actress Vanessa Paradis, the mother of his two children. But by 2012, that relationship had ended, and soon after, Johnny and Amber went public. Hollywood fell in love with the new couple. They appeared elegant, in love, and unstoppable. A perfect match of mystery and glamour. In 2015, they married in a small private ceremony at Depp's home in Los Angeles. At first glance, it seemed like a fairy tale. Two stars, deeply in love, beginning their forever. But behind closed doors, the cracks were already forming. Trouble in paradise. Not long after the wedding, rumors began to swirl. Reports of fights, tension, and strange incidents started to leak. Friends and staff described moments of affection that could turn into arguments within seconds. Both Johnny and Amber had strong personalities, creative, emotional, and at times, volatile. Their love wasn't quiet. It was passionate, but also unpredictable. The relationship became a storm, one filled with jealousy, anger, and confusion. By 2016, just a year after their wedding, Amber filed for divorce, and what came next would ignite a global firestorm. She accused Johnny Depp of domestic abuse, claiming he had been violent during their marriage. The accusations spread like wildfire, instantly destroying Depp's public image. Within days, he was portrayed as a villain, a once beloved actor now branded as an abuser. The media war. The media erupted. Tabloids, news outlets, and social media turned the couple's private pain into public entertainment. Photos of Amber's bruised face appeared in headlines. Paparazzi swarmed outside courtrooms, and fans took sides, some defending Johnny, others standing with Amber. Hollywood moved fast. Depp was dropped by major studios, including Disney, which had made him the face of Pirates of the Caribbean. Warner Bros. Cut ties with him from Fantastic Beasts. In a matter of months, a career that took decades to build was collapsing in front of the world. Johnny's silence was deafening, until he decided to fight back. The lawsuits began. In 2018, Amber Heard wrote an op-ed for the Washington Post titled, "I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath." Although she never mentioned Johnny by name, the implications were clear. Depp's legal team called it defamation, arguing that the article destroyed his career and reputation. So in 2019, Johnny filed a $50 million lawsuit against Amber Heard. Amber responded with a $100 million countersuit, claiming that Depp had led a smear campaign to ruin her credibility. Thus began one of the most intense and public celebrity legal battles in modern history. But before the US trial, there was another, in the United Kingdom. In 2020, Johnny sued the Sun newspaper for calling him a wife-beater. The trial revealed disturbing details, text messages, photos, and audio recordings. In the end, Johnny lost the case, and the court ruled that the claims were substantially true. His reputation fell even further. The 2022 defamation trial. But in 2022, the world witnessed the main event, the Virginia defamation trial that captured global attention. It wasn't just a lawsuit, it was a cultural moment. Televised live, millions of viewers around the world tuned in every day. For 6 weeks, social media exploded with memes, commentary, and analysis. Every expression, every tear, every word was dissected. Inside the courtroom, both Johnny and Amber told their stories. Johnny described years of emotional abuse, saying he was the true victim. Humiliated, betrayed, and falsely accused. Amber described physical and emotional torment, recounting moments of fear and manipulation. The evidence was intense. Photos of injuries, texts filled with anger, and audio clips that shocked the world. But what made the trial unforgettable wasn't just the evidence. It was how public perception shifted. The court of public opinion. While the trial took place inside a courtroom, the real battle was unfolding online. Social media overwhelmingly sided with Johnny Depp. Clips of his testimony went viral. Fans praised his composure, humor, and honesty. Amber, meanwhile, faced a tsunami of criticism and mockery. Millions of users turned the trial into content, TikToks, live streams, memes, transforming a serious court case into viral entertainment. It raised ethical questions about how digital culture treats real human suffering as spectacle. But beyond the noise, one fact became clear. Depp had won the public's heart back. The internet crowned him the hero, and Amber the villain. Yet, the truth, as always, was far more complicated. The verdict on June 1st, 2022, the jury delivered its decision. They found that Amber Heard had defamed Johnny Depp in her op-ed. Depp was awarded $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages, later reduced under Virginia law. Amber also won one of her 3 counterclaims, receiving $2 million. But the verdict was clear. The world saw it as a victory for Johnny Depp. Outside the courthouse, fans cheered, some crying in relief. Depp, who was in the UK at the time, released a statement saying, "The jury gave me my life back." Amber, in contrast, called it a setback for women who speak out. The decision divided the world, not just between two people, but between belief and doubt, fame and truth, love and destruction. Life after the trial. After the dust settled, both actors faced the challenge of rebuilding their lives. For Johnny, the verdict marked a comeback. He returned to public life, performing with his band Hollywood Vampires, and appeared at the Cannes Film Festival in 2023 with the film Rum Diary. He was greeted with standing ovations, tears, and redemption. For Amber, life took a quieter turn. She relocated to Spain, seeking privacy for herself and her daughter. She announced that she wanted to live peacefully, away from the constant judgment of Hollywood and the internet. Though both claim they wanted to move forward, the shadow of the scandal still lingers. Their names remain forever linked, a love story turned legal saga that defined a generation's obsession with fame and truth. What the scandal revealed about us, the Depp Heard case wasn't just about two celebrities. It became a mirror for society. It exposed how fast we judge, how deeply we crave drama, and how blurred the line between truth and narrative has become. For some, Johnny's win was about justice and redemption. For others, it was a warning about how women who speak up can still be silenced. It forced the world to confront difficult questions. Who do we believe? How do we define evidence in the age of social media? And how much of truth survives when it's filtered through millions of opinions? The trial didn't just change careers. It changed conversations about gender, power, and reputation in the digital age. Beyond the headlines today, both Johnny and Amber have moved on, at least publicly, but their story continues to echo in documentaries, interviews, and public debates. It serves as a cautionary tale of how love, when exposed to fame, can become a battlefield where no one truly wins. Johnny continues his creative journey, quieter, humbler, and more introspective. Amber focuses on rebuilding her life privately, choosing peace over publicity. Time may soften the memories, but the world will never forget how their story unfolded. From red carpets to courtroom testimonies, from love to loss, from whispers to global chaos. In the end, the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard scandal was more than a Hollywood feud. It was a story about love, fame, pain, and the human need to be believed. It reminded the world that behind every headline is a fragile heart, and behind every scandal, two people who once simply loved each other. The truth may forever remain blurred, but the impact of their story on culture, media, and society is undeniable. If you found this story insightful, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the lives, legacies, and scandals that shaped modern fame. Because sometimes, the biggest dramas aren't written in scripts, they're lived.